Hello everybody, welcome to FC Amakhosi fan channel. This is Sunday Mjole. Probably may just start with starting lineup. But yeah, let me just start with the scoreline. We lost 2-1 to the ref and all the Sundowns. So today it was one of those games where, like, you know what, poor refereeing, poor refereeing. Reminded me of the game that I played last week. Played last week against Finance. Our player was charged offside after we scored, and the linesman raised the flag pretty late. And then the ref says, okay, it's offside, and the guy was really onside. And then I asked him, so are you saying that the linesman is correct and you are wrong? Because I mean, you saw the game, you saw the goal, that this was a goal. And I asked him, but it was a goal. He's like, sure, but I can't overrule the linesman. And I was like, but sorry, that doesn't make sense. You are the one who has the final say. And you are saying that you can't overrule the linesman. So it was one of those games. So yeah, let me read the starting lineup. And there were a few changes in starting lineup. Kune was dropped. Kune was dropped and Guinika was dropped. If you recall the last game where Kune played, I was like, so if Kune plays, does it mean that he's being prepared for Mamelodi Sundowns? And then today, the coach brought back Peterson on the sticks and Guinika was dropped. Those were the changes that were made. So it was Peterson, Frosler on the right, Slant on the left, Ditlokwe on the left center back, then Simon left right center back, Castillo and March as the double six who are interchangeably. And in Botany was brought back. Botany, I was asking myself, why is Botany starting ahead of Yosail? Why is Botany starting ahead of Yomtutusi Shabalala? Why is this guy Botany starting ahead of Sail? Why is he starting ahead of Dusun Shabalala? Because the past two or so games he wasn't playing, and for him to come back against Sundowns, he's playing ahead of other gents. I did not understand. So two changes I did not understand. Then it was Matlo, Modi, and Dupreez. So we're playing by the setup. We look like we're gonna play a counter attack, but funny how the game changed from the 15th, 20th minute, because yeah, we started pressing them from their back. We started having more ball position. We started changing those passes and passing around the ball. And yeah, we'll still look at them when they're having the ball and then we'll counter. But yeah, we played very well. First half towards the 20th or so minutes, and then second half we started very well. In fact, the entire second half we played very well. Like, we're on top of Sundowns, we were playing very well. We had more ball position, had more chances, and Sundowns had probably one or so, and they were shooting from outside the box. So first half, first opportunity that we got, Matlo, he released this guy. He released Dupreez. Dupreez, I don't know what's happening. It was almost the same ball that was played to him by Modi the first game in the league. It was almost the same ball. So we're attacking from the left to right, and then Modi just Dupreez, like, he just, like, it's like, it looks like he was bending backwards, and then obvious, if you're bending backwards, you're hitting the ball as if already we are sliding. It's gonna go above the post, or it's gonna go wide. So in this case, it just went above the post. So Atlo really had a good game. Really had a good game. For me, he was one of the good players that we had. He was gonna be my man of the match. The way that he played, he won so many balls, and yeah, he was kicking them. Was really kicking them today, and he won so many balls cleanly, and he would pass those balls like he had like three or so through passes. There was a ball that he played then this guy to Breeze again. Breeze was ready to run, but yeah, the ball hit his heels and went to the Sundowns player. Then the other one that he played to Potsane, but yeah, the pass I think that had so much weight that Rowan came out to save it. Yeah, our first shot on target came through. This guy Pulemodi shot from outside, then it went straight to Rowan. And then yeah, guys. I mean, so as you know that as you're aware that I was questioning the changes, like first, like 10 seconds. We are starting the game, ball straight to the keeper, and the keeper had too many passes, had too many touches to control. Like had two. Instead of getting the ball first time, he had two touches on the ball. Then the third one, he tries to hit it, and then this guy suddenly blocked it, and then he scores it. From there, I was like, okay, are we really gonna come back against this team? I mean, during the week, we got the goal in like just above or less than a minute again, and then could not come back. And then now we are playing against Sundowns. Chances of us coming back are really there. Here's the thing: this is the captain. This is someone who's supposed to be lifting up the other chance, but is the one who's making a mistake like less than 10 seconds. And then again, the clock plays him the ball, and then I'm like just under few minutes, around the 88 minutes or so, he plays in the ball again. Then he's rushing, and it was a time where they passed him the ball, and then he made a mistake again. He tried to clear the ball with his left, and it went to this guy Tembazwan. Instead of Tembazwan looking up, I don't know what was happening. The ball just tackled around him. Like I don't know, he would have scored from afar because this guy Peterson was out of his position. Then he tried to play Robert, who did not get to the ball, and then Peterson collected the ball. But yeah, our keeper was yeah, he had a blunder, he had a blunder. Yeah, he had a blunder. And then number two, Frosler, he wasn't really supported that much. He went up front here and there. He wasn't really supported that much. Plymouth, I mean, Potter would not come back and put and to add numbers when we are defending each and every time the ball is played on the right. We always find Shalili tracking the right. If not, Shalil, it's this guy, Tembazwan, pulling to the right, and Froza will be having one or two players. And you saw with the second goal as well. With the second goal towards the end of the of the half, towards the end of the half, we winning the corner, and then when wins the ball and then releases quickly, like yeah, quick transition on them. And then my friend said to me when he called me, like he says, why is it that we are about to finish the half and that's the only chance that okay we could score or we could even not score against Omel Sundowns, but we're sending everyone up front, our tallest defenders, and then Sundowns players that they are by themselves versus one or two players. Like, was it necessary for us to send everyone up front? I mean, we are about to go to the second half, so yeah, uh, the first goal, the planner from the keeper, second goal. So now Fosler is back marking Roberto. They both sliding. He closes the cross, it doesn't come in. Then the second ball, it goes again to this guy, to Roberto as well. Foz is not closing this man down, and then Matlo is coming closer to him. I don't know why they're not closing this guy down. Then he crosses the ball and finds Shalile. He's by himself. Shanti is caught napping like the second time. Remember the game that we played in the league? He was caught napping. Second time he's caught napping again. So there was no ref there. There was no mistake from the ref there. It was Shanti's and you can say Frosler and Matlo, because they couldn't stop that ball from being crossed, and then this guy was caught napping, and there was nothing that Peterson would do. There wasn't much that he could do. And then yeah, left back Hlanti was off. Hlanti was off. And first half he was substituted. He was first substituting the half time, and then Dove came in. Some would say no, it's because of the injury. I don't think it was the injury. Could be that the coach saw that, you know what, I've had enough with this guy. I've given him chance after chances, and yeah, he's not doing anything. The two centre backs, there was a time that Charlie held the ball between Ditloko and Shanti, and yes, thank God it went above the post. Simango had a good game as well. He was solid, comfortable on the ball. And then our six, sorry, our six, this guy, our six, Castillo didn't really have a good game. It was an okay game that he had, but in the second half, he was supposed to get a penalty. Matlo again switches the ball, just goes up on the flight, boom. And then this guy, Mukwena traps this guy, grabs Castillo by the hand, pulls him back. And then I'm like, but I didn't see that first. I'm like, but how? Why is it that this guy Castillo would just miss a header like that? Is it because he miscalculated the flight of the ball? But when I saw the repeat, I'm like, no. He was pulled by Mukwena. And then second half, we are dominating, creating chances, we are missing chances, because yeah, we are the team that creates so many chances, but we are missing. Then second half, again, second half, this guy already, he came on, Maseko comes in, then he gets a yellow card, and then from there he fouls Mdanzan like inside the box. The ref is watching, like probably is like 10-15 steps away from the scene. He's watching, he waves play on. I'm like, but what kind of refereeing is this? You know, it's another thing to lose against a big team like Sundowns, and you lose fair and square because they dominated you or because they utilized their chances. But now, if they don't utilize their chances, but the ref is also playing on their side, I mean, already before the game started, people were questioning or asking that will this ref handle the pressure of refereeing this game? And indeed, he was the man of the match because of the blunders that he made. Two red, two two penalties, and Maseko, remember, already had a yellow card, and had the ref charged that ball, it was going to be a penalty, and this guy was going to receive a second yellow card. It was going to be a red card. I don't know if he was like, you know what, I can't give this guy a red card because why? It's Sundowns. So if I give him a yellow card, that means that also it's a penalty. So I can't give Kelechi two penalties in a game. I don't know. Yo, it was really not so nice if you lose that way today. It was really not nice. And people say that no, but now it's 9 years, now it's 10 years that you haven't won anything. But don't forget this day. Don't forget that we lost the way that we lost today through a ref who made blunders. Linesman, the ref made blunders. Some would say that no, but he should be penalized. But how is that going to reverse the scoreline? How is that going to help us? I don't know, and I don't care what will happen between him and FIFA or Safa. I don't know, and I don't care. We lost today because the ref was playing a 12 man. But yeah, anyway, continue with analyzing individual players. Castillo did not have a really good game. Matt was all over as usual, marking, making sure that, you know what, he's removing everything in front of him. He really had a good game, but Matlo, for me, like I said, it was my man of the match. He played very well. He released so many balls, and he would, yeah, not allow Sundowns or your Mukwena to ruffle him, and he'll be like quiet. He also was also putting his foot down, playing those balls, controlling the tempo, making sure that you are keeping the ball. And then the coach made a few subs, and Sile came in. Ball went to Matlo, who crossed it to, oh, Matlo crossed the ball to, passed the ball to Dupreez, who played a beautiful cross, same time cross, and then Sile came in. Caesar King, yeah, Rowan did not even dive to that ball, but he just missed it on his right. Yeah, coach had few beautiful subs. Like he, when this guy Mtanzan came in, and Shaul came in, the complexion like came like, yeah, it was on top. The complete changed the complexion of the game. We're pressing them and moving the ball with speed. And yeah, we know that it was Mtanzan that was fouled in the box. But yeah, anyway, and then this guy played very well as well. This guy Modip had an okay game. He would come back, Mark, yeah, and then the coach brought in Gonzalez, and dropped Botsane. Then that meant that the Dupreez would go to the left, and then Silo go to the right, and then Gonzalez would be the main striker. We didn't really see much of the ball, but the fact that he was then bulldozing those defenders, yeah, it gave us a different dimension to the game. We really had a good plan today. Like, we really had a good plan. It was a matter of converting our chances, and then yeah, the ref stole the show as well. So I'm happy with the performance of the Giants. I'm happy with how we are playing. I'm happy with the coach. Coach, thank you for making sure that you are resilient and you are continuing the hard work. Just pick up. You really tried and gave your best. But yeah, let's try and convert those opportunities, because it's not against. It's not so many times that you get such chances against big teams, and obvious you missed them. So let's try and do better next time. We are getting there. We are getting there. We are getting there. So just let me just give you a quick update on Tetwa. Tetwa will start training on Monday, but here's the thing that you need to know. Remember that against his last game, because he thought that he's gonna play against Pirates, so he started on the bench. And why did he start on the bench? Because he's one yellow card away from being suspended for a game. So what happens doesn't mean that he is moving clubs, that as soon as you move to another club and then they'll forget about yellow cards. So I'm warning you now that Tetwa is still a yellow card away from being suspended. So what do we do in this case? I mean, looking by the fact that we don't have a CDM, it's going to start our next game. But what happens if we get a yellow card? Which other game will come after that he will miss? Just making you aware that Chacha is a yellow card away. He hasn't played for us, but already we are talking about the fact that he's one yellow card away. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we know that he's a tough guy, and we know that he will, it doesn't take nonsense, and he will try and win the ball, and sometimes we'll make a mistake and then we'll get a yellow card, so he'll miss the other game, which I don't know whom are we playing against. I haven't really checked the fixture last few games. Haven't really checked which other games are coming next. So yeah, I just wanted to give that quick update, and I'm begging you, please give the coach some time, support the coach. The fact that we got John Cena, who's gonna be the head of scouts and of development, who's gonna be that link between the senior team and and development or academy. So some of you are saying that he should be the head and whatnot. Guys, please sit down. Please sit down. Just, if you don't know what to say, please just sit down and keep quiet, and just let the coach do his job without being pressured by anyone. And I'm assuming that the coach and the new head, which is Kevin now, Johnson, will have a chat, like talking about the targets. And I hear that already I don't know if it's the coach who came with the four targets or the team has already identified four targets for next season. But I hear that already they've identified four players and for positions, obvious, that they are thinking of bringing in next season already. So it could be like in Jan that they and go and get these guys. So what is Johnson's role? His role is just to make sure that there's a link between the MTC and the senior team, in a sense that he can speak to them and say, look, the coach wants you to play this certain way, and by the end of the season he's looking for two positions to be filled in the senior team, and therefore you, for example, say you Duba, you'll have more chances now in the senior team because yeah, we are lacking there. We need a striker like you and whatnot. Or you Villagas, the coach is looking at you. Make sure that you meet these targets. Make sure you make so many assists. Make sure you score so many goals. Make sure that you grow in this era and that era. So he's gonna be that and making sure that he's scouting. So I was saying that to my friend that him as a head of scouts, he will not be everywhere all the time. He can't be everywhere all the time or all these places. Sometimes we need to go overseas. Sometimes we need to go to NFT. Sometimes we need to go to rural places to go and look for players. But he can't do that. He can't do that if he does not have a team around him who will assist him in this job. So who is he gonna be working with to identify the players? I'm not talking about you, Kaizer Junior. Kaizer Junior's responsibility is not to identify players. It's not the scout. So this guy Johnson needs to identify, but he can't do it by himself. Otherwise, it's gonna be stretched too thin because he's gonna be like always absent, out of the country, going there, which can be exhausting. So he needs to form a team around him who's gonna help him. But yeah, apparently we caught a big fish here because yeah, this guy is known to have identified players like Godisang. This Godisang, I think it's Godisang, the guy who plays in Portugal that we were once linked with as well. He produced players like him and others. So he's able to identify talent. So we are trusting him that he's going to be able to identify players for the senior team or players even for the MTC who then go through the MTC and go and start and play in the senior team in the near future. So we really have done beautiful business. I'm gonna rate our business next coming episode or 2 episodes from now. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we've done good business. We've done good business. Signed this guy, head of scouts, Kevin Johnson, and signed that other guy. I forgot his name, but who's a psychologist who's helping these guys to be able to focus on games, helping them to relax, be calm, have that confidence, helping them to deal with bereavement and all those things. Yeah, we have signed. We really have done pretty good business on and off the field. But yeah, I'm gonna reach our business soon. Guys, take care. Please like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, back to Sundowns game. I would not even say that I wish them well in the next game because of how we lost. And then their fans are saying that, but you used to benefit as well. So why you are crying because you are benefiting? Guys, I'm not there. I'm not going to entertain that. But all that I'm going to say is that be proud as a big team that you win like this and keep on calling yourselves champions. Bye.